Greetings, I'm Andrea Leah, and I'm your host for this behind-the-scenes look at the independent movie Jackie Claxton and the Battles from Beyond. Jackie Claxton and the Battles from Beyond is a supernatural action drama about a girl named Jackie Claxton and how she must save the world from the forces of evil. With a very limited budget, this independent production has met many ups and downs, from shooting conflicts, weather conditions, and limited locations. But what has come from it is an overall commitment from the cast and crew, and extreme passion and faith from their director to keep moving forward. So here's your behind-the-scenes look at the independent movie, Jackie Claxton and the Battles from Beyond.
Working on the Jackie Claxton movie, just one word comes to mind, and that is challenging. This movie was a supreme challenge on every level I could imagine possible. There's a lot of trial and error when doing an independent production, and there's a lot of obstacles that can get in the way, especially with things that you have no control over. And such was the case with this particular production. We had schedule conflicts.
When I first joined this film project, I was still in school at Hawaii Pacific University, so it was a little difficult for me to balance with school and being able to be free to do this work, and also being in club activities. But I've been really dedicated to this project.
Well, I'm in school still. I'm still in high school, and so school is a big thing, and you obviously need it. And it took a while to make a date and set for shooting and everything.
There were weather conditions that we had to deal with.
Well, being as this is an independent film, you're not shooting at the Ritz. You're not in the most optimum environments. It's long days. If you're not a go-with-it kind of person, you just don't want to do it because you don't feel it's worth your time. You're literally doing this for the passion of it.
Much less the fact of actors having conflict schedules, some of my crew actually had conflicts of their own. So a lot of the times I had to end up grabbing the camera and shooting a lot of the scenes myself.
He basically ends up being the whole crew, which I feel pretty bad for him because, he has to direct and he has to move the camera and everything.
And it's so easy to just give up and say, forget it. Jeff Katz, however, as frustrating as some of the obstacles have been, he presses on ahead and he works through. He figures out ways to overcome an obstacle. When something breaks down, he figures out a different way to handle a situation.
One of the hardest things to do during the shooting process was actually setting up for effect shots. Those were kind of tricky because those took time. Another thing that was an obstacle, was also challenging, was doing fight choreography.
The fight scene with Maddie Rule, who plays Chloe Young, was pretty difficult because that day we also filmed another kind of like a fight scene. So we were fighting and we were getting really tired doing it over and over and over again and accidentally hitting each other, getting bruises.
When you wake up the next morning after filming a fight scene and you wake up with these giant bruises and you're super sore. I mean, filming the fight scene was really, really exciting. It was a blast. It was so much fun.
The one thing that I encountered, and it happened on this particular production, and it's one of the hardest obstacles to ever face, is when one of your cast and crew members has a family tragedy.
It affected me because the girl who originally started to play Cadence, her mother was diagnosed with cancer right after we started doing the promotional shoots. And after we got to know each other more, all of a sudden it happened and we didn't know what to do. So we actually got Andrea to play Cadence, and it worked out really good because we all bonded really good together and it just worked out.
That was, I guess, my main concern, was to just have the responsibility of the role as well as having the responsibility of just making that transition easy for everybody else.
It's been really hard to come to terms with losing my great-grandma. She's at the end of the road and she's so far away, and it's hard that I can't be there and be with her in her last days.
It seemed that everything was bad and everything didn't work out, but that wasn't the case. Not always the case. Though the filming process may have seemed rough, the good part about it is that there were two artists that contributed their time and efforts for the movie.
I feel that the world that Jeff Katz created is very diverse, and it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of different kinds of genres, like
drama, some comedy, action, and there's just a lot to work with.
Jeff Katz, cool cat, he hit me up. He told me he had a project going on. We did a little research, I hollered at Jazz, showed her, she was excited. So I was like, yeah, let's get it. Her excitement made me more excited. I was like, yo, let's do this. The importance of hip hop out here right now as it stands, it's come from a dark place, but right now everyone is coming together.
What really intrigued me the most was that the main character was an average girl who had powers and a talent that she couldn't conceal, but she just wanted to be normal, and I felt like that relates to a lot of people, or girls, me, around the world, that want to do something with life.
Jackie Claxton single is on her album, IDGAF, is on there. Much respect to the man, Jeff Katz, and blessing us with the opportunity to speak on the situation. To be honest, I'm excited about seeing the movie. I can't stress to the man enough, I'm trying to see this movie happen. Jackie Claxton, compared to what's out there now, there's no comparison. Done.
My expectation is to get this film done and to show it to a wide audience. Was it worth it? As long as I'm able to tell the story that I wanted to tell, then yes, it's damn worth it.
For more information on the movie Jackie Claxton and the Battles from Beyond, please check out the website at claxtonpower.com.